already, finally, for the lower bracket semifinal. Sorry for this little downtime, but now the games begin. Now we got all players in place and 3 more series for you guys at home. This is the first one. This will determine who has a top 3 finish alongside Happy and Kaho. Happy waiting in the grand final with a 1-0 advantage. Kaho waiting in the lower bracket final, which will be another best of 5. Fly versus LawLiet is a match with quite a bit of history. I vividly remember WGTL Grand Finals. This was this clan event or team event in China where we had a little bit of a disconnect on this very map between these 2 players. And oh, was that a drama. 2 hours of discussion. Nobody wanted to give the other the win and nobody really wanted to give a rematch. I hope this won't happen here. While I gotta say, my game is not loading and I think we have a join bug.
Correct.
Restart W3C and then we're good to go. Sometimes happens. Little hiccup here. But then yeah, there it is. Like Fly could be the first, or Fly or Kaho could be the first Chinese champions here at the W3C finals. On the other side, LawLiet could get his rematch against Happy. That is the same match we had last time in the grand final.
Yeah, and he's a player that we saw the Demon Hunter from Kaho. LawLiet's definitely a player that is very mechanical. He's extremely good micro-wise, so he could play that Demon Hunter maybe even a little bit better than Kaho did in our first series of the day. So that would be exciting to see. But it's always exciting to see an Orc player up against Happy, where he has struggled in the past. So no matter who makes it through, either we're going to have a huge underdog in Kaho in the grand finals, or we're going to have one of these 2 excellent players here.
Right on. Like whatever we get, it's going to be a grandiose. We have the map picks and bans in, by the way. Fly bans Amazonia, Autumn Leaves, Rusty Creek, Shattered Exile, and Springtime. LawLiet with Terranas, Echo Isles, Shallow Grave, Northern Isles, and Tide Hunters. So it's Turtle Rock, Last Refuge, CH.
Yeah, this is the same map pool that LawLiet played earlier in the tournament against Focus. Oh, except for Northern Isles was the 3rd map instead of Concealed Hill. But the first 2, of course, Turtle Rock and Last Refuge, very strong Demon Hunter maps with talons. You can outplay Keeper on Turtle Rock because it's hard to secure an expansion. There's not a lot of real estate to build that tree.
Got to rejoin, Carson. Got 10,000 ping.
Oh, fun. Oh, got it again. Should I relaunch? Does that fix it?
Maybe.
Yeah, I'll relaunch. But yeah, so probably going to be DH Talons, I'd imagine, for at least the first 2 maps. Which Fly, very strong Blade Master play. He's got the micro that is required. Lynn explained playing Talons as what was it, hyper difficult or something, hyper challenging. He enjoyed it in the past, and that's definitely what it is. It takes really strong micro to make it work, and Fly has some of the craziest clutch micro of all time for any player. So.
Oh, right on. It could be very much hit or miss. Whenever Fly is stepping in the ring, it's guaranteed entertainment. Whether we laugh at one of his Blade Master losses or we're just in awe of how on the edge he's playing this. And we wonder what we'll see here. I got no game.
Me too.
That is interesting. Now we got it running after a couple of attempts. It's finally time. Still within the schedule, 2:30 p.m. here in the Central European Summer Time Zone. But from Europe onto Azeroth, onto Turtle Rock. Here's the bracket, everybody. Happy, again, waiting in the winners. Kaho waiting in the lowest finals. And LawLiet versus Fly, who has a top 3 finish. LawLiet was defeated by Focus in this very matchup, but then had a good lower bracket run versus Foggy and versus Soin. Fly was dropped down to the lower bracket by Happy. There is no shame in that at all. But then defeated Sock and defeated Focus. So he's slaying, he's slaying quite a few Koreans here. Is LawLiet next on the menu, or will LawLiet avenge his friends? Let's figure out.
Man, watching Fly play on Turtle Rock versus a Night Elf. This is a super classic. I'm thinking back to Grubby versus Moon on this map. Super epic games in the past. This map is very big. Lots of creeps. Lots of creeping get done. Very high level heroes. We've even seen a Tinker level 6 on this map before as a third hero. But LawLiet doesn't want to go Talons. He's going Keeper. 2 surprises from 2 Night Elves for the first hero today, Neo. It's a Keeper.
Well, LawLiet has played Keeper Talons quite a bit, so I wouldn't rule this out. This could still be Talons. He might have played this before already on this map. But yeah, Keeper just so strong. And why not pair the super strong tier 1 and tier 2 hero with the super strong tier 3 units?
Of course, yeah, and it solves the issues that the Keeper normally has in a standard game on this map. The issue of this map is you can't really expand, or else it's very telegraphed. It's very easy to find and very difficult to creep the expansion. But of course, if you play Keeper Talons or Keeper Lures, it's a one-base strategy, and this map is very big for evasion creeping. You can very much get level 3 Keeper no problem. You just can never get that expo up. So this might be the perfect strategy on the perfect map for LawLiet.
I agree. Plays this probably pretty well, and he plays it a lot recently. Wonder how warmed up he is. Had not much time to get into the groove, to shake that rust off. Oh, was that a deny?
Yes, it was.
Oh, Engine of War denied the Sea Turtle. Okay, that's a small hiccup here that might even prevent level 2.
And Fly had a small hiccup as well with the Peon. Took a ton of damage, accidentally ran into the red camp. A classic that we see on Turtle Rock and Twisted Meadows, of course, at least in the past. Taking some damage, losing that scout, but not the end of the world. Fly will get claws to start us off. Already bought Circlet Dust, and LawLiet, we remember his game against Soen yesterday, always going for that second burrow cancel and those Peon kills.
But he hasn't selected a spell yet. No Treants, nor Entangle selected. And Fly is very much aware of what's happening, and he's already back with the blade. Not much to do for LawLiet. I guess he needs the Treants now to continue creeping and reach that sweet level 2.
Yeah, and Fly would have seen the Keeper when he slightly ran into the base for a second there, and he would have definitely checked the Keeper's mana to see, has he summoned Treants to creep that first camp? He would have seen the Keeper had full mana, so he might be assuming it's already Entangle first, and he's going to play very defensive with his Peons and probably even his blade positioning. Gets a Gauntlets there, and LawLiet is going to get level 2 soon. He will get it off this camp despite the deny earlier, I think.
Alright. Blade is coming in. Gotta be careful. He has lots of mana. A little bit of regen. Whoopsie. Regen cancelled on Fly's blade. The inventory for the Keeper is tremendous. Oh, they're playing around this so nicely. But Blade Master gets the last hit, getting closer to critical strike. But yeah, that is Entangle and Treants unlocked.
LawLiet managed to creep a little bit with just the archers, which is quite the tall task with these units. Fly has to be aware of the staff into creeping on the other side of the map. He's got plenty of scouting to do. He still has the Peon. The Grunt cannot go too far away from the base. And LawLiet pulls the Ogre Magi, looking to get that ward early on.
It's of course amazing if you have that ward on this lane when both players are spawning on the left-hand side of Turtle Rock. That gives vision until the rest of the game. Blade Master, just a tiny bit too late, and Pendant of Energy, also excellent, but Fly, here's his patented Blade Master control.
500 mana on the Keeper. That is a lot of entangles. That's like, what, 6 entangles, especially if that Keeper gets level 3. He could just dive into the base and kill 3 grunts with that mana pool.
Yeah, and that's something he did quite a bit versus Soen. I wonder if he sees the timing there. Tier 2 finished on both sides at the right time. Here's the staff creep you mentioned. Little faster, not with the second hero. Raider Walker. Fly knows exactly what's happening because it is Keeper, Demon Hunter, Talons again.
Yeah, he saw the early Ancient of Wonders and he saw the archers, so he's going to know what's up. Even if it's Lures, Raider Walker is the standard choice against Lures as well, so it's all safe. He's going to go for the Shadow Hunter as well, and the wards are going to be strong against the Talons. Not as strong as the Torn Chieftain might be, but it's the more consistent choice. What item did he get? Lionhorn. Not too bad for the Orc army.
Yeah, kind of that weakens Fairy Fire by quite a bit. Reduces the effectiveness by almost half. So I like that. And now we're waiting. Shadow Hunter second instead of TC. How do you like that?
It's not bad. It's like better if it was, for instance, Sneaky Lures, the Shadowhunter obviously is much, much better against Dryads and Bears than the TC would be, and maybe better against, not quite better against Demon Hunter, but the Snakes will be just fine against the Talons.
All right, I think especially with the Demon Hunter second and not first, there might be an opening for that TC. Fly is expanding at the beginning of Tier 2.
Yeah, he's not screwing around. This is a very, very early expansion. He's still got everything that he needed to afford. Shadowhunter got to be very, very careful. Like I said, there's so many entangles. This Shadow might just be dead. I don't think there's anything you could do but lose at least some grunts here, if not the Shadow. Hero focus is the play.
Okay, he's trying to go for that Demon Hunter. There was a speed scroll. Nicely salvaged by Fly, as good as you possibly can. Put pressure onto the archers, but yeah, double entangled, probably double kill. LawLiet finding a nice opening into the mid game.
He could even kill this third grunt. He doesn't need another entangle for that grunt. He could just double entangle, but he's got to be careful. The Hex was necessary, but the Hex is going to make this Shadowhunter, of course, weaker later on. Expansion found, Ancient of War planted down there, but I think Fly could just cancel that with this level 3 blade.
Chasing the Keeper. Mirror image on level 3, 1-1-1 build, as is becoming the norm. Treants are trying, so okay, you have to put some attention on the Treants, then on the Ancient. Should still be possible, but it's a lot more time for LawLiet now to continue creeping.
Yeah, and that's what he wanted space for this Ancient War. Fly did know it was here. He had his blade lurking, scouting for it, but not able to contest it. And Talons are so great at creeping. Magic damage is excellent. So LawLiet, with the map control, he's going to gain at tier 3 now that he's there. Another minute, and he's going to be able to creep all these center consumables. And Fly, not going to have a lot of map control himself because he's expanded so early.
Yeah, Fly needs an insane fight and definitely time. Does he have that time? Master training already started, pretty much uncontested. Shadowhunter, only Hex. And no Serpent Wards, no Heal Wave level 2 especially, no high level crits. Fly is not ready for anything that LawLiet will throw at him in a bit.
Yeah, Fly gonna be forced probably to go wards with Hex, so retrain later on will be necessary, but Hex isn't too bad. You can at least control that Demon Hunter a little bit more. Uh-oh, Shadowhunter. Is there a depth on the walkers yet? No, not even being researched. Second walker just now in here. This could be a dead walker, actually, if LawLiet entangles. Yeah, it might just be dead.
Ouch. That hurts. But he's here. Master training. Not finished yet. Goes for the Keeper. There's a TP. Halfway down. Goes for the potion. Okay, LawLiet wants to stay in that fight. 5 seconds till Master. But he has to TP out. Fly's prediction was quite nice. Needs a TP. Gets the TP. And a Raider.
Well done from Fly. That was literally his only play, was to force that town portal before Master was online. So he takes heavy losses, of course. He's in a terrible position, but that's what he needs to do over and over and over again. He's going to need to get another forced TP soon enough to stay in this game, because the expansion not even mining yet with 5, and the LawLiet's coming right back.
Tum, thank you for the sub. Watching back to Warcraft always feels like having a cake and eating it too. Thank you for that, sweetheart. This expo, man, didn't pay off well. Now comes the Peon slide, but they will have a tough work environment. As you said, LawLiet rushing across. There is, wow, 2 heal potions, but no TP, no invul. And that against Fly.
Yeah, I love Fly's choice to make sure he goes and gets that potion of invulnerability, because, again, his only play is going to be to focus and get one of these hero kills, but his blade needs to stay alive too. Gonna need to force that potion right away. 2 walkers, Adept not even finished yet. No, he doesn't have Adept. He forgot about it. 3rd walker on the way before Adept. Tinker might fall, but that's not really the hero kill you need, and Staff is available.
Whoa, 31 HP and Archer shot as well. My god, Blade, how can you get back into that fight? He only has Spirit Link. He's Cyclone. No chance for Fly in that fight. That expansion way too greedy, apparently. Oh, but there was a heal wave, 1 last second. Demon Hunter gets in the way, more fairy shots, and that is the kill. And that's probably also the game for LawLiet, who started with a sloppy creep, but then just punishes Fly hard for his greed.
Yeah, just runs across the map and owns him. Fly still has a strong army, if only he had a healthy blade here that was alive, but he does not. Demon Hunter going to get level 3 off, even a Peon kill most likely at this stage, and there's no way out for Fly. He has Adept on the way. but he should have had that long ago. If anything, this expansion's certainly dead, and most likely the Shadow. Nice staff out. Does he have enough damage? Of course he does. He's got the orb, and he's got the 1-0 lead.
Damn, LawLiet. No warm-up games at all, just showing up and owning. Very, very nice. That's how to get into a lower bracket final.
Yeah, no issues, LawLiet. Found the right strategy for sure. I've always known this strategy to be very strong, at least when I play against it. The question always is for these weird strats that are a little bit off meta is, do they work at the top level? Do they work against the best players in the entire world? The things like Pally Rifles, for instance, the Mountain King first, for instance. But LawLiet showing that the Keeper Talons, very much a viable strategy.
Right on. That tier 2 expansion on the orc side, probably not one of those strats that's working. Yeah. Is it just me, or is this tournament very reminiscent of what we had in Season 10? We got Happy in the Grand Final already. We got LawLiet in the lower bracket, or we got Orc versus Night Elf in the lower bracket. And then we have maybe a Night Elf mirror in the lower bracket final. So, seems like this is the way for W3Champions finals currently.
Hopefully, if it is LawLiet again to make it to the lower bracket, it's not exactly the same as Season 10 for him. He's got a long ways to go before he makes it to that grand final, and now we might have a different strategy. He played Keeper Talons here on Last Refuge yesterday, but he also played Demon Hunter against Focus on Last Refuge before. So Talons most likely. The question is, of course, the starting hero for LawLiet.
Exactly. Demon Hunter or Keeper. What's it gonna be? And will it be Talons or will there be another curveball? I think Fly knew pretty much exactly what LawLiet would be doing, but he had just no way of stopping it, really, or no effective way of stopping him. Will this be better on a smaller map on Last Refuge? Fly against the ropes could be eliminated here, and LawLiet might have another top 3 finish.
They're about to finish here very soon, and then our questions will be answered, and it will be Keeper for LawLiet. And of course, if we see him not build that Hunter's Hall, build a second Archer, then we know it's going to either be, well, it could be that Mass Archer Ancient War push, but most likely will be the Talons if we see that second Archer coming out. Fly going to Peon Scout, making sure to get all the info in the world. The question for Fly is, will he creep himself like Soen did yesterday? Maybe a slight mistake from Soen, or will he go straight cross map? He hasn't built his shop yet, but he's going for 2 burrow. This is new from Fly. 2 burrow tech against Night Elf. Okay.
2 burrow, no shop, or a very delayed shop. Not too sure if I like it too much. I see orcs more and more with 2 burrow. We also saw it versus Happy, I think, where he was a little too late with everything. Yeah, no shop, dude.
Maybe Mirror Image first. A bold prediction. Creeps the Merc camp with 2 grunts with Mirror Image.
Come on. Come on.
Shoot in the dark. Shot in the dark. There we go. Okay, Windwalk it is. And Fly, yeah, 2 burrow tech. Maybe he's afraid of, this must be it. He's afraid of LawLiet canceling a second burrow. So he just says, screw it. And
it's the adjustment. Anyway. Yeah, it's the adjustment to these burrow rushes. Which is not a burrow push from an orc, but LawLiet pushing the burrows. That makes sense then.
Alright, Fly slightly messed up his creeping, but luckily for him, he was just taking the priest. And LawLiet is disrupting the priest. This is what we saw Moon do earlier in the tournament. Just attack the priest once, and then it will be impossible for Fly to bug the priest so it doesn't cast Inner Fire and heal. So he's going to take a little bit extra time and extra damage creeping it. And here comes LawLiet, a little bit disappointed probably when he sees the second burrow already completed.
Can't do anything except harass peons with Entangle. That's of course easy. A few other peons in me. Oh! Wow, Fly is so ready! Puts all the peons in the burrow. Nothing to attack here. The grunts are plugging that hole. That's extra damage on the Keeper. Yep, Fly did his homework.
And nicely done from Fly. He could have trapped that Keeper there with a couple of peon blocks, but it would have been so expensive, especially with the peon. He probably would have lost to Entangle yet again. And Fly gets a second Wand of Illusion. That's actually pretty good in the fights as well later on if he wants to use it, because it does look like it's going to be Talons from LawLiet.
Right on. 4 illusions still left. He's burning through. Wait a minute. Warmill. Is he preparing reinforced defenses? Or is there another play?
This is weird. I really don't know, actually. There's plenty of strats that involve a Warmill that we don't see from Asian orcs typically. We have the Hitman Burning Oil Demolisher strategy that I talked briefly about yesterday, which involves a tier 3 tech and a very, very forced late game with reinforced early. There's also maybe tower rushes that Fly could do. You could also just go Shaman Headhunter as well, which we saw him using Berserkers against Colorful when Colorful played Talons against him earlier in this tournament. So there's a lot of options. None of them are very common from Fly, though.
Exactly. Fly is not really the cheesy player going for this. Focus played some tower pushes, but rather with the Farseer than with the Blade Master. So I kind of want to rule that out. I would tend to say this is just defensive purposes. So the Talons can't wreck these burrows. They are very exposed at the bottom as well. But we can't be sure.
Illusions are extremely good for creeping, of course. If you get illusions, you almost always creep this mercenary camp very early on, and the Berserker is very nice, as well as that Priest to deal with the early entangle. So Fly going to have a nice level 3 Blade Master with a Sobi Mask, but the Keeper also going to be level 3 with decent items as well for the LawLiet.
I agree. Roll the Magi, pretty nice. Gloves will help the Demon Hunter. Not queued yet, but will probably be once you got the 400 gold. So far, TC, Totem, very low lumber. Was this Warmill just for lumber?
Possibly, yeah. Maybe Fly's calculations were super on point. It didn't seem like he would need it that early, but I guess he can afford it, no problems. He's got everything he needs. He can afford the Bestiary now too. I suppose it's not really that big of an issue, and he's going to be able to get the Reinforce you mentioned as well very soon.
Oh, that Bestiary is in trouble as the Keeper is moving across level 2 Entangle. I love that he's trying with the TC. The Shadow Hunter play really didn't seem to work too well anymore. So yeah, we need the high level shockwaves.
Yeah, absolutely. Fly taking a couple of risks here with this TC, with the straight power creeping, allowing the Keeper to get 3, but if it pays off, it's going to pay off huge, and that's sort of what Fly goes for. Oh, Bestiary, courtesy of that Robe of the Magi, going to get the canceled there.
True, also Gloves of Haze, putting in the extra birds. It would be so funny, dude, if you throw birds at a building and it just collapses.
Poor peons, they have a rough life. It's an Alfred Hitchcock film all over again.
True. Blade comes in, helps it home, Talents unfold, and tier 3 is 3/4 done. Fly doesn't seem ready at all for this.
His Blade is at least very strong, and we saw the hero focus last game. The Sobi Mask is so sick. He's going to be able to get potentially a lot of creep jacks. Oh my god, the Keeper. Has to be careful, but the Entangle level 2 is enough safety net for LawLiet to probably be able to get this shop. TC comes in, though, and the Mercenary support could make this a worthwhile fight.
With only Aura? I'm not too sure. Mana on the Talons is low, casting Fairy Fire on creeps, not the perfect one. Fly coming in, wants this Demon Hunter so dead. Oh my god, gets the backstep, gets the kill. And yeah, Fly, that decision making seems to be real good. Windwalk, every Windwalk seems to be a kill. Look at that grunt block, excellence by Fly.
Level 3 Blade is huge value. This is very similar to the classic Lin timing. When your first Walker is about to come out, you push the Night Elf right before Master Training's online. But it's not typical against the Keeper because, of course, you don't have Dispel yet. With the Shadow Priest, though, Fly is able to actually hit this timing, only losing a single grunt. Definitely value there. And he delays the Demon Hunter progress severely now. The TC's already level 2.
Boom, there we go. Shockwave unlocked, first one thrown. And of course, with the Demon Hunter not in the fight, but in the ground, there was no mana burn. What, 2 more shockwaves available in no time. And we get the Raiders. He also moves in the first Headhunters here. A lot of adjustments by Fly.
Very cool, yeah. That Warmill seeing some value, lots of piercing damage. Yeah, Fly is just going for, with the power creep Blade and all these early piercing damage units, he's just saying, I don't care if you're going for Talons, I'm just going to hard counter you, and I'm just going to have a strong fighting army, but what is strong without the Blade? Potion of Vulnerability might be forced. No, just gets out of range, and an Archer dies to the creeps.
Oopsie. Yeah, Nikoro the Blade Master knows when to retreat. Feels like when you go for this lab creep early is always a sign that you don't really have map control. You're not willing to go out on the map, and of course without Cyclone you really don't want that. LawLiet has that fallback net that is map 3. Gets an Ankh here. Can actually be pretty nice, especially against Fly.
Fly TC level 3 expansion, a very much safe expansion this time around. Yeah, these are the sorts of games that make Night Elf players feel like the strat doesn't work, when the Orc just completely steamrolls you with a really strong Blade Master and tons of high damage units. But LawLiet still tries to hit the timing. Nevertheless, I would be very surprised if LawLiet won this fight.
Me too. But never underestimate the runner-up of Season 10. Here's a push, but Talon's already hurt. Not many consumables. He's canceling that expansion. That's kind of nice. But at what cost? Shockwave thrown. An attempt to dodge. Not that great, though. Focus fire again on TC and Demon Hunter. There's an Ankh. Maybe Fly didn't check that inventory or just wanted to get rid of it as a preparation for the big fights later. But this TC might be a little too exposed. I say it. Here's the Entangle. Dispel, but too slow. Cyclone on both heroes. Uh-oh. Fly gets the save in, but that's the Tinker kill. Level 2 on the Demon, but LawLiet is doing a better job than we both expected.
Keeper and just Talons left over. There's no Shockwave left. The Torn Chieftain would have loved a mana pot here. He probably would kill all these Talons with a single Shockwave. Putting that damage in. Hero focus again. This blade is such a beast. There is a Dispel. Crit could do it. Oh, Keeper is risking it. He's got one more attack before he's potentially dead from this blade, but LawLiet's trying to get all the value.
Oh man, he's about to kill everything. All these units for Fly. He got another Entangle out to kill that Grunt. These Talons super low, of course, but so are the heroes. That Keeper is just soloing Fly. The TC falls as well, and now the TP out. So much value from this push. Level 4 for Fly eventually. Mass murder. Look at all the corpses everywhere.
Man, if only Fly had been able to save his Torn Chieftain there, it really wouldn't have been that bad, because, of course, looking at the experience, the TC was almost level 4, the Blade's now level 4, the Demon Hunter's still level 2, the Tinker level 1. If Fly had kept that Torn Chieftain alive, he would have been in not a bad position, because look at the healing available for the LawLiet. He needs to invest into 3 potions. Oh, Blade Master just comes in. A very Fly-like play. He might just be... Is he just dead?
I thought the same. He had 7 seconds.
He's just dead.
No. That surround closed.
No.
Might be able to fight out. LawLiet has to close that surround. He does. Even a staff. Sweet. The Tinker has to close it.
Fly.
GG, and Fly is out in the most typical Fly fashion there ever could be. Losing the Blade Master without any need. And we get a Night Elf Mirror in the lower bracket final. LawLiet versus Kao.
I can't help but think that Fly could have maybe done that fight a little bit better. It's hard to say, though. I mean, if he had one more Shockwave again on the TC, he would have definitely steamrolled that fight. But maybe playing around the mana burns a bit better to get that extra Shockwave could have sealed the deal there. But even if not, LawLiet still managed to do what he needed. He got the expansion cancel, and then he could have just town ported out, rinse and repeat, continuously cancel that expo, and then have the tech advantage. But man, Fly, I feel like, was so close to being able to win that game. Just a couple things go differently, and he's going to have the huge hero level advantage. But LawLiet, Talons, man, makes it work.
Keeper Talons, his new tool. That was his last matchup versus Orc. That was the last Orc eliminated. Just as in the last lower bracket semifinal, we have the same matchups as in Season 10. We have a lower bracket final Night Elf Mirror, and a Night Elf will challenge Happy as well in the grand final. LawLiet or Kaho. This is the battle between the two top-ranked Night Elves in the world currently. And that is something I did not really expect. LawLiet played solid, but is it enough to get a win over Kaho, who looked so good versus Foggy, and especially to challenge Happy?
Yeah, this has to be Kaho's best matchup, right? He seems so strong. He's been beating everybody. But, I mean, one thing is for sure, this is going to be a crazy series, and most likely an extremely long series. Best of 5 between these two. Probably Bearmere throughout. LawLiet, I think, is going to be favoring the Demon Hunter just like Kaho does. We're going to get some bangers here, undoubtedly.
Right on. We have seen a banger job by the W3Champions team. This is why we're able to celebrate their season final. Season 12 is on the way, and we are just 2 matches away from closing out Season 11. And that is why we should all thank W3Champions for what the team is doing, whether it be coding this tool, moderating the server, or just absolutely everything. Without them, there would be no competitive Warcraft scene. So go to W3Champions.com. If you're not on the server just yet, what keeps you away from it? Join the battlefield now. Install the launcher, a little bit of a third-party tool, and then you join the fun on 28 servers around the world. It's your time to... It's basically... W3Champions Finals is the Warcraft equivalent to Thanksgiving. So go on to Discord, join the Good Vibes channel there, and send them some love, because they deserve it. Same goes for Twitter as well. And if you want to help with the financial support of that non-profit organization, we have to pay 28 servers and some proxy servers to improve routing. You can help via Patreon, you can help via PayPal, you can throw away your Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin. And if you're in China, we need your help, because the Chinese servers and proxies are by far the most expensive. So if you fill our Alipay or WeChat wallet, that would be much, much, much appreciated. If you would rather support the Back to Warcraft program because you love our Twitch streams and you love the tournament organization, you can go to backtowarcraft.com/support and you find this link list. We have a Patreon ourselves, the most reliable way with reoccurring payments to support us for the longevity of this channel. You can sub here on Twitch either with your own money, or if you have Amazon Prime, it's for free. You can go to YouTube if you're more of a VOD viewer because you're in different time zones. You can basically sub to YouTube as well with that membership, and you can become the 6th person to ever do it. That number is ridiculous. Let it rise. We also have donations open via PayPal, credit card, and of course also cryptocurrency, or you get your hands on our merchandise. We got t-shirts, hoodies, mugs, all that good stuff. Or you pay attention and visit our partners. CORSAIR, for example, the hardware manufacturer of the year at the Esports Awards, constantly bringing in new products, whether it be peripherals like mouse, keyboards, headset, mouse mats, etc., new screens, new laptops, gaming gear in total, cooling your PC also possible. And if you're a streamer yourself, Elgato is a sister company of CORSAIR, and for all these products, all these great products, we have a coupon code called Back to Warcraft. With that, you get a 10% discount, and that goes for Holy Energy as well. If you want to say goodbye to your casual energy drinks and want to get a no sugar, no taurine alternative with many different flavors, go check them out. Get a test package, use the coupon code Back to Warcraft 5 for your first order for a €5 discount, or coupon code Back to Warcraft 10 for a 10% discount, whatever suits you better. We set everything up, do the map picks and bans, get the server online, and then it's time for the lower bracket final. LawLiet, can he go back-to-back finals, or will it be Kaho with his first W3 Champions silver medal? Be right back.